Hi everyone, Kim here. Welcome, welcome. We are in the new moon phase. We had a new moon come in a couple of days ago, and yeah, we've got this beautiful new, feels gentle energy at the moment. How are you tracking? How are things going for you? There was a lot of energy last month, last cycle. So, how are things for you? How are you progressing? We've shifted into the new season. If you're in the southern hemisphere, we're in the autumn. We've passed the autumn equinox. We're heading towards Easter, which is another very interesting energy. And of course, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you're in spring. You've passed the spring equinox. So, this is the time where the peak for us in the southern hemisphere, the peak of the heat has come off, and we're slowly starting to notice that here in Queensland. I've got longer sleeves on today, and I'm very grateful for that. So, as you come on here, pop out, let me know you're here. Of course, I'm waiting for two grandbabies to arrive in the next couple of weeks. I'm beyond excited about that. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I went and visited my daughter yesterday, and she's yeah, all baby, and yeah, and waiting. I said to them, this is the waiting game, and it's waiting until that baby decides it's time to come earthside. So exciting times. We're holding space very gently for both my daughter and my daughter-in-law, and yeah, my son and son-in-law. So lots of beautiful, exciting energy there. So what's happening in your world? Let me just get these comments, see what's happening there. Hey Lisa, nice to see you. Hi Kirby, nice to see you. Hi Bronwyn. Hey Tony, nice to see you. Hi Julia. So let's go on and share a overall card, and then let's see what's happening now. A couple of recommendations. I did mention this last week, but we did finish the series. If you have a Disney subscription, I highly recommend Limitless. Chris Hemsworth has put together an amazing series, and I tell you, it's very motivational. Then there's plenty of things that we can be doing to focus forward on creating some longevity in our lives. If that's important to you, then you might want to check it out. I'm also doing a Joe Dispenza course, which is absolutely amazing. If you haven't come across Joe Dispenza, do yourself a favor, check him out on YouTube or any of the channels that you can find. Incredible work, incredible, especially if you're dealing with something in your life that you're not completely happy with, whether that be a relationship, your financial situation, a health condition, your work. Yeah, it's really, you really want to be getting into that space of how, reminding yourself of just how powerful you are and how to create the life you truly want. And I can tell you, it's not in the past. And it's so easy for us to get caught up in all of that past stuff. It's what our mind does. So it's giving us a chance to push reset and do it again. Yeah, Julia's saying Limitless is awesome. It's definitely something to rewatch. We just absolutely loved it. And yeah, Tony's saying, I love Joe. Joe is amazing. Okay, so the overall card coming up today is darkness. So this is the void, this is the empty moon, this is the winter solstice, it's midnight, it's that darkest point. And we can so often be, hi Barb, nice to see you, so often be kind of nervous to go to the dark. Um, but there is, if we find the courage within us to face the things that we're fearful of, we tend to want to push them away. but living an empowered life, it is about facing the parts of us that we're trying to push away. And of course, that uses up an enormous amount of energy to push something away. I liken it to trying to hold a balloon underwater, right? It's just this constant resistance, this constant battle. Whereas if we sat and we actually looked at it head on, we got really clear with what actually is it that we're afraid of or that we're nervous about. And once we know that truth, then we've got a place to bring the light, right? That we can, pardon me, start to find the pathway forward to that which we desire. When we're not facing these parts of ourselves, we're in resistance, we're in the darkness, we're ignoring, we're denying, we're not in acceptance. Once we get into acceptance by facing it, it can shift in energy, and then solution, light can come in. So let's see if that resonates and supports everyone today. So let me just go up here and see who. Let me just move these up. I think it was Tony that asked first. So let's go Tony, Barbara, and thank you to those who answered the poll. That it overall seemed to be that everybody, Bronwyn, you're also wanting a card, to keep it on, and Lisa, of course, keep these readings on a Tuesday. So absolutely fine, no problem with that. Happy to do what the majority, what suits them. So let's go ahead. All right, Tony, let us get on and growth. So yeah, what's coming through here is a reminder that I was having a conversation with a long-term friend and a long-term client, and on Friday, and I said to her, "So how's your meditation going?" And she sort of looked a little sheepishly and said, "I'm not doing it." And I'm like, we do slip, and there's no criticism, there's no judgment here, but we often do drop the ball on the things that we know that keep us well, that keep us heading in the direction of where we want to go. And so what are those practices for you? In the change of the season, I've changed up my practice again, because I'm doing this course at the moment. I'm doing that pretty much, first up in the morning, and then a long meditation, journaling. I'm drinking cacao first thing in the morning because it's a little bit cooler. So, that's very different to what my morning practice looked like, say, even 3 months ago in the heat of summer. However, it's still a priority for me. My morning practice is a priority for me. And it had softened a little bit, I must agree. And really, watching Limitless, that really kicked me up the butt again and really invigorated me to, to get things into the right place for my mindset, for what I want to achieve, for who I want to show up in the world as. We all have this opportunity. So Tony, this is a reminder today. It might be acknowledging that you've put your practice back in place, or it might be a gentle reminder of what could you be doing to take better care of your own mental well-being, your own physical well-being, and your own spiritual well-being. Okay. And of course, that's for anybody listening to the recording. Whatever card comes out and resonates, hits a chord. And none of this is about self-berating. It's about, setting a new intention, and a beautiful time being the new moon phase is a great time to set those intentions. Alrighty, so Barbara, will, and this is, we've got free will. Of course you can, Kirby. We've got free will. How are you using it? Are you using it in a way that is serving you? Hey, Shailene, nice to see you. Of course, you can have a card. Are you using it in a way that is serving you? Yeah, Barbara's saying, reminds me to journal. So that's a perfect thing for you. Use your will to engage in things that are going to serve you. We have that opportunity. We have free will for a reason. And sometimes we forget that, that we're looking for answers outside ourselves when actually everything that we need is contained within us. However, it might be that somebody is reflecting it for us and we hear it and we go, yep, that's exactly it. Just like Barbara said, it reminds me to journal. So she's answered her own question there. Beautiful. I love that. Alrighty. Bronwyn, busy lady. Hope you're getting some time to slow down a little. Alright, we wait for these cards. Tony's saying, yes, it's acknowledging that I've put it back in place. Thank you. Good for you. Well done. Hence why you're on here, right? Beginnings. Beautiful. Love that. New doorway. And seeing that I'm drawn to the full moon as well. So things that you've put in place, that you're walking in a slightly different realm, vibration. You've made some decisions and you're moving forward. And the full moon is indication of the full energy coming in as backing for that pathway that you're walking at the moment, that project you're working on. So really encouraging card for you. Make sure that you stay in balance, that you are taking time to really get you. Thanks, Julia. I did miss putting you on there. Beg your pardon. That you're really making sure that as busy as you are, you have some breath out time. Beautiful. Reiki session, a massage, a float. We've just got a new float place that's opened up in Sanford with saunas and ice baths, and so my partner's already had a float, so we'll be checking out the saunas and ice baths. So, Lisa. Oh, you've got will again. Will to... it feels to me like you are busy and you're doing great work. It feels like you've really got a great handle on, what your products are, what you're offering, where you're headed. Your will is remembering to take care of yourself in the process. There's got to be some being time, some downtime for Lisa to catch your breath. There's a bit of a theme going on here. So let's listen to that. I'm loving the expression lately of slowing down to the pace of the earth. So, that for me means getting out in nature, looking at the clues from nature to be able to, really to slow down. We took my son's dog Bonnie to the ocean on the weekend, and we went for a lovely long walk, and then we went for a swim, and we just sat there and looked at the water and let Bonnie play in the water. And it's just, that to me is slowing down to the pace of the earth. It's really beautiful, being very present with now, and making sure that there's that balance. We can't be on all the time. We just can't. All right, Kirby. Let's pull a card for you. There we go. Creation. So is it a bit of an assessment time for you, Kirby? There just felt like a weeny little bit of flatness there. This is a conversation with your higher self. So if you're a little bit tired, you want to you want to get into a space of connecting with your higher self, that higher vibration, and looking at, what adjustments do I need to be making right now? What needs tweaking? It's a constant process when we're in our own business and running our own businesses, that we need to keep looking at and checking in with what is it that we need to be doing right now, because what we did a little while ago is, the energies are always changing. Something that I found really helpful, and I've shared this before, is that I've connected in with the spirit guide for my business. And my spirit guide for my business, her name is Rachel. And whenever I'm not really sure about, how should I be marketing, what kind of action steps should I be taking, I'll connect in through meditation and connect in with her, and the guidance always comes through. So maybe, yeah, this is what you're being guided to today, just to have a little look forward to the next the next phase from here up until winter. What needs tweaking? How can you be doing that? I hope that serves you. Lisa, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Have a beautiful week, Kim. Thank you so much, Lisa. You too. Barbara's saying, thanks, Kim. I dreamt last night that people were taking advantage of me. I have free will to use my boundaries. Beautiful. And that's very interesting, Barbara, that, you're acknowledging that you felt that energy of people taking advantage of you, and that you've already taken ownership about your own energy, bringing your energy back to you and creating those boundaries for yourself, so that they're not, because of course people are just people. It's us that has the choice as to where we say yes, where we say no, what is, where our boundary is. So beautiful observation there. Love it. All right, Shailene, we're up to you. Okay, and there's the card. You've got will again. So again, how are you engaging your will? This can be, we can focus on what are we consuming. So that's about the food that we're nourishing our body with. There's more high vibrational food. If you're eating deep fried food, that's heavier, that's going to be weighing your body down more. Very satisfying, but it's, it's just not as nourishing for our bodies as, say, a beautiful nourishing soup, for instance. I'm using that as an example. I'm not saying that's what you do. Also, what are you consuming through media? What are you watching on the television? I would suggest stop watching the news. If there's something going on, you'll find out about it. There's healthy ways to get your to be informed without all of the drama. So engaging your will into what you're allowing into your environment, and that means the people that are supportive of you and your journey, that are great for your mental health, that are high vibrational for you, they're all big yeses. The ones that constantly drain you, let's think about that and make new decisions. So engaging your will to be taking really good care of yourself. Hi Lisa, nice to see you too. Alrighty, and absolutely you can have a card. Alright, Julia, sorry I missed you earlier on. Let's get to you now. There's a few cards popping out here. Let's just say one, thank you. Okay, there it is. Peace. Sitting in your bubble. Oh, allowing that messaging to come through again. Feels like there's a lot more messaging to come through. Feels like, okay, straight away I'm showing grandma. Okay, so there's obviously an expansion going on for you, and there's clearer guidance coming through for you. So making sure that you're creating that space. I'm seeing you sit in meditation, but I'm also seeing you sitting with pen and paper beside you so that you can record the messaging that's coming through. There feels like there's a lot of information that's wanting to come through for you so that you can then pass on and share with others. So it's fairly succinct, it's fairly clear. You are a channel, so as we all are, that the more we practice it, the easier or more accessible that becomes. So if ever I mention anything on here and you think, what is she talking about, please ask me, because this languaging is very familiar to me, but it wasn't always. So there's plenty of times when I thought, what do they mean by that? So always ask if you're unsure about something. Alrighty, Lisa. we've got assessing. So this is look, going back over things, just checking in. You know, if you're sitting down and making a list of all the things that you do to fill up a day, a week, a month, a moon cycle, a season, whatever that is. Don't go necessarily too far. I wouldn't be suggesting assessing the whole year at this point. It could be, let's assess the first quarter. And this card is an indication of making sure you're looking from a higher vantage point. So we want to get out of the, you know, the very material, the 3D-ness, and then raise our elevation so that we're in our vibration, so that you're assessing from a higher perspective. So you know, that can be through meditation, that can be through getting out in nature. I find that a really lovely way to be able to access the bigger picture, because nature is giving us clues all of the time. Just purely looking at nature, it reminds us of what we know to be true. So yeah, do a bit of assessment. How have things been going? If you set those intentions and or goals at the beginning of the year, how are you tracking? Is it all still relevant? What tweaks need to be made? That kind of thing. It will serve you well. So beautiful. I hope that is of help. Julia, thank you. A good reminder to stop and listen. Yes. I was saying this to somebody the other day. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and it's a clue to, you know, to be using our ears more than we use our mouths. So you're welcome, Lisa. I hope that that is of service to all of you. Is there anybody that I have missed? I want to make sure I got everybody. If I have missed you, pop a yes please in the comments. I think I got to everybody. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. It seems all the cards pulled today related to me. Nice. Well, it seems that you were listening then, Barb. So really lovely, really happy for you. If you're looking to book time with me, then the links I popped up last week, please reach out if there's anything that I can do to support you on your journey. If you've got questions and you need someone to hold space for you, I'm more than happy to do that. Anything at all I can support you with. So be gentle. We move in this new moon phase, so you'll feel the energy start to build. And yeah, take good care of yourselves. I will keep you posted. I will definitely let you know when the babies arrive. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Lots of love, everybody. Bye for now.